Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel, and I'm your reader every time you visit this channel. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be able to read for you again. And if you haven't already tapped that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Make sure you click on the bell notification. Next week, I'm doing my no contact reading, so if that's something you're interested in or that you need, you just want to make sure that you're subscribed so you can get that notification. This reading is intended for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. If you're watching for a Virgo, this is going to feel like a message for you about your Virgo, so you may need to reverse the roles. And then also on a side note, I'm not doing any personal readings at this time. I'm just getting my energy back. I've been dealing with some health issues. But when I am ready to start taking personal readings, I will be sure to let all of you know. All right, Virgo. Wow, bottom of the deck, 7 of the Swords in the reverse. Let's take a look at how you're viewing your person for this month. This is an interesting energy you've got going on for the month. It feels like in regards to your love life, there's quite a bit going on here. I feel like not only are you realizing some things about your person, but I think you're also realizing some things about the relationship. It seems as though, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. You've been kind of in this space, Virgo, where you're looking at your person, whoever your love interest is, whether you're in a relationship or not. And I feel like deep down, you feel like this is your person. But I feel like the situation is not ideal, at least not going into the month. It seems like there's an opportunity here to get some clarity around a disagreement that you had with this person in the past. The difficulty here is that I feel like perhaps you both want different things, or you're struggling to see this person's point of view. It's like whatever they're telling you this month feels like kind of flawed logic. It's really good to see this person. I see that they do want to figure out how to resolve the situation with you, but it's like you both have such contrasting points of view around whatever this is that it makes it really difficult for the two of you to be able to work together in a way that you're building for your future. Okay. So it seems as though your relationship has experienced like a temporary hiccup. Could be around like custody, if like say your partner has children outside of the connection and then they're like wanting more time with the kids, or they want kids to move in. Could be around perhaps making a purchase or moving, future plans, that kind of thing. Could even be just wanting kids. Maybe you don't want children, or your partner does want children, or you know what I mean? It's like there's two different ways of life. It's almost like if you asked your partner what their ideal future was, it differs greatly from yours. For some of you with addictions at the bottom of the deck, your partner is struggling, right? And so they have a way of life where it's like, if they continue on the path they're on, it's not conducive to the relationship. I feel like for you, Virgo, whatever this is, it's gotten to the point where the relationship has kind of come to a head. Like, for example, if you're engaged to this person, you may have called off the engagement. Or if you're in a relationship, you might have been like, you know what, you're going to have to make a choice because this isn't working. You know, we're going in different directions. And I feel like that's how you're starting out the month. Now, there's a lot of love here, so I don't feel like this person doesn't love you. I just feel like you have very conflicting viewpoints on whatever this is, okay? So it could even be like this person is a social drinker in their mind, but in your mind, you're like, no, you're an alcoholic. You get what I'm saying? It's like something like that where this person, it's almost like the logic that they present to try to back up their argument for why they feel the way they do or why they're making the decision they're making is so flawed that it's like, what you're saying right now doesn't even match what your core value is. It doesn't even match like what you stand for or what you present to the world. Okay. And so I feel like you kind of trigger this person because they don't really make sense. Like they're not making sense. Like whatever it is that they're trying to hold on to or they're trying to be so stubborn about, like, it doesn't even match who they are as a person. You get what I'm saying? So, like, for example, if you're dating like a personal trainer, but then they do like cocaine on the weekends, right? And you're like, this, like, maybe everybody doesn't know this about you, but I know this about you. This affects our relationship. And this completely goes against like your brand, your MO, who you are as a person, right? I feel like that's a little bit difficult for you, Virgo, because when you first met this person, you saw what everybody else saw. And then as you got to know them deeper, that's when you started to realize, like, okay, not everything is exactly what it seems. Doesn't mean that this is a bad person. I just know them on a more intimate level. And so I get to see like the behind the scenes and kind of the uncut footage, right? I feel like you would like the person that they are in private to match the person that they are publicly more. You know what I mean? And for some of you, it's like this is someone that you're trying to build life with and you have a very, very real fear around the choices that they're making, because it's like if you know your job found out you did this, you'd be fired, or you get what I'm saying? Like there's something here where it seems like it's always like it's come to a head because this has been an issue for a while, right? For some of you, this could even be like, oh, family intervening, where it's like the smother mother who always has something to say. And so it's the energy of like, look, I'm the one that puts up with you. I'm the one that lives with you. I'm the one that raises kids. Like, if you don't tell your mom to back off, I'm leaving. Like, I cannot deal with your mother, right? There's something that this person, it's like either they're holding on to or they're allowing it to happen. And they don't really see the problem with it that you do. And so I feel like for you, you're a little bit tired of arguing. You do feel like this is the person for you. There's no one else you want to be with. But you're getting very sick of having like the same conversations over and over, or having to deal with whatever situation arises from this person continuing to do what they're doing. Okay. Because it almost feels like behind the scenes, you have to be the one to clean up after whatever this is. So like say this person has a gambling addiction, you know what I mean? And then you're the one that has to like make excuses for them or pawn things or hide money. You get what I mean? Something along those lines. Now, I don't feel like this is something that can't be fixed. I just feel like this is a way of life for this person. And it's been this way for so long that it's like they've outgrown it. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't even serve them anymore. It doesn't even suit them anymore. And I think that because you're in this situation, but you're also on the outside looking in at how like the ramifications of whatever this is affects your person. And so I feel like you're very baffled this month, you know, or you've been baffled in the past all the way up until now as to why this person can't see your point of view, as to why this person, you know, even if it's like a toxic brother-in-law that you have or something, you know, they always stick up for whoever this is or whatever this is. And you're just like, this is so like far gone and so played out. Like, I don't understand why this is such an issue. I don't understand why you can't see my point of view. Okay. First 2 weeks of the month, you may be feeling as though you're not on the same level as your partner. You may be feeling as though the discussions aren't happening, or if they are happening, they're not producing any like results. It may feel as though you're being the one that's asked to like make the sacrifice in the situation. This could even be like if you have a partner who always bails out a sibling financially, and you're just like, what the hell? He never pays us back. You get what I'm saying? It's like there's something that has you kind of contemplating the direction you want to go in regards to this. Okay. Because it's getting to a place where it's going to like kind of make or break your relationship or the way that you move forward. I feel like you're at a place, Virgo, where you're going to leave. Like you're going to leave. You're either asking this person to choose you, or you're just like, I can't live this way, right? It's hard because you may feel like this is a twin flame, you know what I mean? And then it's always like that third, whatever it is, whether it's addiction, family, karmic, something, there's always that something, right? That it's like you're being asked to make a concession for. You know, for some of you, this person has like an ex-husband or wife that they always have to bail out or go help. You get what I'm saying? Like, You know this is your soulmate, you know you're in love with this person, but you also don't want to live this way anymore because you feel like it takes away from the level of happiness you could have in your relationship. It takes away from your future, right? Maybe they have like some unruly child that they can't control, and you have kids that will become your stepchildren, and you're like, absolutely not. You need to do something about your son. You get what I'm saying? I feel like towards mid-month, this is going to change for you. It'll get a lot better. Okay. So first 2 weeks of the month, a little bit frustrating. You might be contemplating leaving the situation you're in, but your heart is not gone from this. Like you're not tired of this person to the point that you don't love them anymore. You get what I'm saying? This is like kind of like an environmental situation or like a habit or something. By mid-month though, I see it getting a lot better. This is maybe if you live together and you're ignoring each other, or if you just are ignoring one another and you don't live together, maybe giving each other kind of the silent treatment, or both of you kind of standing your ground after an argument and not speaking, right? I'm seeing that turning around. Someone in this situation is going to realize that they're being stubborn for no reason. Okay. It's like they're just, I don't know what happens in this. But it's like this person comes to the realization that you were right. That they feel as though like, wow, you know what? Virgo had every reason to be upset about this because in essence, I am betraying our relationship by always lending my brother money and then he doesn't pay me back and then Virgo has to pick up shifts. You get what I'm saying? It's like somewhere along the line, this person is going to have a shift in perspective this month where they see that whatever this situation is causing you to have to like give more, do more, sacrifice, work harder, right? And they're actually going to feel really bad about this. Okay. So that's a really good thing. They will apologize to you. I feel like towards the end of the month, that's when things get really good because you've got 2 of Cups, King of Swords, 3 of Cups. So that's this person being like, you know what? You're right. I'm in a relationship with you. I'm not in a relationship with my mom. I'm not in a relationship with my brother. My kids are unruly, or I do have to go to therapy, or I do need to get my anger under control, right? This is this person being like, I want to save this. I want to fix this. I'm so sorry that I put this on you. Can we work together to kind of brainstorm some opportunities or different ways for us together that we can agree on to deal with this? Okay. They're going to make the decision that your happiness is more important than whatever this is, because I feel like beginning of the month, you're just so fed up, that they don't want to lose you, right? They would rather try to work with you than to lose you. They'd rather distance themselves from whatever this is than to keep it and then not have you in their life. Okay. So you are finishing the end of the month on a very high note. Beginning of the month is a little bit frustrating because I feel like this is an issue that you've been having with this person. But they will be making the decision to try to reach out to you, to try to, be like, hey, can we just talk? Like no emotion. Let's be very rational. I can explain why I make this choice, or I can listen to what you have to say. I'm feeling like there's going to be a really good resolution here between the two of you. It might take some time to implement the changes that are necessary so that you get what you want in regards to the situation. But I do feel like this person eventually will see like that you were right. You know what I mean? What you're saying is it is really affecting you in a negative way. It's affecting your relationship in a negative way. And they don't want that, right? I don't think this person even realizes like the burden that this is on you. You know what I mean? So once they see you like so distressed, or you being like, I'm really thinking about just leaving. Like I'm serious. Like you may not think this is a big deal, but it really is. That's what activates that energy of like, oh my God, like I'm committed to Virgo. I want this to work. Virgo's right. Okay. So you are right. Everything is going to work out. It just might take a little bit of time because the end of the month is more like coming back together, being like, oh my God, I love you. I missed you. It's hard not to be around you. I've been thinking about what you said. Right. And then after the conversations and kind of opening up to one another about why this bothers you or why this person holds on to whatever this is. That's when you start moving into what kind of actions can we take? How can we change the dynamic of this? Okay. This month is kind of more about the conflict coming to an end and the meeting of minds. Whereas, next month may be more about, because you're ending with 7 of Swords in the reverse. So that's like moving out of that energy, that devil energy, right? Talking about what we can do. And then that's when the action will hopefully take place and this person won't backslide, right? It's still a pretty good month. A little bit of turmoil in the beginning, but I think it will all work out. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. Bottom of your deck, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Virgo, I feel like it's very important in the beginning of the month that you really stand your ground on whatever this is, because you're right. If you allow this to continue on to the future, this is going to be your life. This is going to be the dynamic of this relationship. Whatever this extra situation is always going to be there because you allowed it to keep going, right? So I think you're very valid in trying to raise your partner's awareness about whatever this is. Let's pull a card for your opportunity for the month. I feel like this is your person. I just feel like there's some sort of external situation. Queen of Pentacles. So very nice. If you are the matriarch of the relationship, the patriarch of the relationship, right? It's time for you to put your foot down and be like, no, this is you and I together, not me, you and your brother, me, you and your mom, me, you and your drug addiction, me, you and your gambling or your working or your anger, right? You have an opportunity to really show this person like, I love you, but I can't do this. And if you love me, we're going to have to figure this out or I'm gone. You know what I mean? But what's nice is this is going to create a new dynamic for you that will be a lot more satisfying than what you've been dealing with in the past. Okay. Let's take a look at your obstacle for the month. Page of Wands in the reverse. So temper, right? Also this person, I feel like initially, because they don't see why this is an issue, they might try to like minimize it or be like, oh, you just never liked my brother. Or, I'm so funny when I drink. I don't get what the problem is, right? Like this person, they honestly don't want to hear it in the beginning of the month because they don't see the issue with it. You get what I'm saying? To them, they will feel like you're overreacting until you really are like, you know what? I can't do this. Like this literally is a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? So the obstacle is getting this person to see your point of view, because initially they're going to act like you're either overreacting or like you're just being negative, or like you have some sort of bias. And that's why you're calling them out on whatever this is. You know what I mean? This could even be a behavior. You get what I'm saying? But it's like initially this person is not going to get with your plan. They're not going to see eye to eye with you. And that's your obstacle. But thankfully it's only a page, right? It's not like a huge obstacle. This is more of like a miscommunication or this person not being receptive to making the necessary changes that you're asking them. All right. Let's take a look at your advice. Knight of Pentacles. So nice. I feel like this is your person, right? I feel like you may be feeling towards the beginning of the month like there's nothing you can do about this. There is. Okay. With this Two of Swords in the reverse, communicate what you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't ignore the red flags. Don't ignore what you're feeling. Let your partner know that and then give them the opportunity to fix it. The advice I feel like is that they love you very much. They want this to work, but they're just a little bit stubborn. They're a little bit slow moving. And I feel like you probably already know that about this person because this looks like something that you've been dealing with for a long time. This looks like someone you've been with for quite some time. Okay. Let me pull you a wisdom oracle and then I'm going to take it over to the extended. We'll take a look at this person's energy. Let's find out how they feel about your connection, how they feel about you. We're going to see what they want in regards to the both of you. Take a look at what they're doing, all that good stuff, right? What they're going to do in the future. Is this person actually going to make the necessary actions and changes, or are they going to backslide? You got flexible. 19. So this is literally you starting to scrutinize like the patterns. What are we allowing into our life? Something needs to change. I don't like this. I feel like for a while, Virgo, perhaps you've been too flexible with this person and now you're putting your foot down, right? But it'll also be necessary when you start having these conversations, you know, like, can you both bring what you need or want to the table and then be able to negotiate? You know what I mean? For some of you, a very, very small group of you, this is a divorce, you know, and you're trying to figure out who gets the house, who gets the kids, who gets the bank accounts or the businesses, right? And that's like 1% of you. You get what I mean? But I do feel like this is going to work out. All right. So flexible, number 19. I'm trying to think who else got flexible. Cancer. I think it was Cancer. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, or you could have Cancer in your chart. Let's get your romance message. Okay, so the essential meaning of the card: teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's important. So that's exactly when this mediation kind of happens, whether somebody gets involved so that everybody can find a happy medium, or whether you both are just being very analytical about the situation. Something in the beginning of the month that you may want to start thinking about for the end of month is, how do you be flexible? Like, what concessions are you willing to make and where do you draw the line, right? Because that discussion is going to happen. So that might be something that you want to start thinking about in the beginning of the month, where it's like, okay, we're not going to lend your brother money, but we will allow your brother to not pay us back the money we've already lent him. You get what I'm saying? All right, let's look at your relationship message. In every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made the choice. All right. So I feel like when it comes to your obstacle with that Page of Wands in the reverse, that's being stubborn, right? It seems as though in this situation, you're going to have to give a little to get the result that you want. But I also feel like you can be very smart about this. You get what I mean? Like, don't give away the farm when it comes to this person. You get what I mean? If you feel like you don't like the way they behave when they're drinking or something, you can be like, yeah, you can have that social drink, you know, once a month, and I'm staying at my mom's because I don't want to deal with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't give up on what you want. But I think what's going to really help with the obstacle being the Page of Wands in the reverse, you're right. This person will tell you you're right. They know you're right. That's probably why they're being so stubborn. Just try not to like be like, ha ha, I knew it. You get what I'm saying? Like, try to remain a little bit humble. And I think that'll take you very far in regards to negotiating whatever this is. All right, Virgo, this has been your reading. I'm going to put the extended reading preview for your person's feelings at the end of the video. I will put the link in the description box so that you can follow me over there. And if you stay tuned, it will play in just a minute. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Your person is invested in you. You know, they know that they have their demons. They feel like you're the best thing to happen to them in a long time, if ever. Okay. They want to be able to give you the life that you want, or to be able to be strong for you. So that's going to require them to stand up to either a person or habit or an addiction. Until they met you, that was like, they would let that run the show, is what this looks like. You know, and for some of you, it's because they've had kind of a rough lot in life. I feel like, tell me about that. Okay, so for some of you, there's a woman in their life that's been very, very overly critical of them. Could be a mother, could be an ex. This person did a real number on your love interest, you know? And so the hard part is like, this could even be like somebody, maybe they were like a victim of some sort of abuse in their life. But this is like repressed trauma, Virgo, and this is how they deal with it. It's like they self-medicate. And for them to be able to do whatever it is that you want, they know they're going to have to face what they have been hiding even from themselves. You know, they're going to have to really either face whatever this situation was, finally stand up to whoever this is, right? This feels bigger than them. This feels like what their entire life, it's like whatever this is, their entire life has kind of been a reflection of this situation, you know, whether it's the kind of work they end up doing or the kind of situations they find themselves in. This feels huge.